well-oiled, solidly built, leaving nothing undone, ready for every possible scenario that could be found. It seems, however, this year was just not the same. Has given him a bit of trouble. He thought all was normal and nothing had changed. It seemed all was quiet. Little did he know he was living a dream. You know, living in his bubble. How so, you say? You haven't noticed this to be the case. But that is just it. You never know when what the world has in store until it hits. Ken got up on the same side of the bed, ate the same breakfast without making a face. It was true. We had a terrible winter unlike any in a long, long time last year. However, this should not have been a harbinger of the times to come. So as predicted, spring finally proved winter would not be with us forever. That was clear. Ken was anxious to try his new bike shoes that were certain to improve his time. He strapped on those new shoes as soon as weather permitted and got ready to reap the rewards. He sped off with a certain aplomb, sure he was about to improve on his favorite pastime. When he returned home, Judy noticed he looked puzzled. She asked Ken what he thought. But he assured her he was still testing out his new shoes, not to worry, and looked forward to the next time he rode. For he was sure, given time, he would prove his unspoken concern was for naught. The next opportunity, he secured those new shoes, determined to give it his best. He rode off again and with newfound resolve, only to return once again clearly and completely stressed. "These shoes are defective," he roared. "I'll take them back." After all, his time would suggest he was slower, and the only reason could be that his equipment was faulty, for his technique did not lack. But soon, doubt began to grow as a possibility took shape. So, he switched his attention to his other competitive track, swimming as a race. Once again, he found that his times were growing longer and longer. He stood there agape. "There is something wrong with the pool, I just know it," he shared with Judy. She looked unconvinced and said, "Are you sure?" "It must be," he insisted. "What else could it be?" But he was still moody. As the days flew by and no improvement took place, Ken was forced to consider an unsavory possibility. He didn't want to give an excuse, for it would mean sure disgrace. Finally, with no other possibility, he came to one conclusion. Like it or not, he was getting older. He tried every way possible to make sure in his recorded times there was no confusion. He had to admit it was true, the shoes were not defective, the pool was not wrong. He had to face facts and be honest with himself. He just might be facing a change in his ability, even though he still felt strong. Yes, it was true, the A word was hard to ignore. He had forgotten lunches left on the counter more times than he should. Even new shoes and increased workout times did not mean increased performance anymore. Don't worry, Ken. We've all had to face this time in our life without any disgrace. You have worked mightily all these years and still remain a champion to us. You have no need to retrain.
Oh.
Just think of it this way, you've made room for us all, for we still look forward to hearing of your accomplishments, despite a little shortfall. Take heart as we cheer, for he's a jolly good fellow, all for one and one for all.
Oh.